Good evening, everyone.
Hello, good evening.
Good
Hello, good
evening.
evening.
How are you? How are you today? Nice day, bad day.
I'm okay.
Uh,
So far, so good.
yeah.
So, Mr. Ardiansyah gave us an assignment that is to create a group of five or six to share our thoughts on given topics. Topic one: do you agree or disagree with the new normal policy in this pandemic situation? And topic two is: what's the splash in the new normal situation that you miss the most and why? Now, if we start by introducing ourselves, okay. My name is Angeline and I am acting as the moderator for this discussion.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Rian.
Validate.
My name Mugia.
Hi, my name is Juni Durwanto.
Hello. My name is Hilmi.
Okay, now that we know each other's name, let's get into the first topic. Topic one: do you agree or disagree with the new normal? Uh, do you agree or disagree with the new normal policy in this pandemic situation? I will start with my opinion. Personally, I won't put a faith in this new normal thing. It's bound to fail. The positive cases are increasing, even in places are reopened. While many countries adhere to this way, many are failing, like what happened in South Korea. They ended up closing the schools again after the increase of the corona cases on the children. Or like in England, the number of infected is increasing through after they open some schools, so they choose to close them again. The problem actually lies on the people. As long as the people has no consciousness to stay hygienic in this situation, things will get out of hand fast, normal or not. My opinion is that government should only open the crucial section, like the one providing food or medicals and other essential business, until they can ensure a city or province infection rate is stated to be less than one, based on health ministry's formula. And that's my intake on the topic. Next, Ian.
Okay, for me, I agree with the new normal policy, but not necessarily now, but gradually looking by the situation and condition. Uh, this is important to restore our economic condition that are severely affected by this pandemic outbreak, and we still don't know how when this pandemic end. And there are two policies to choose in this pandemic situation. The first is lockdown policy, and the second is social distancing policy. And I think the right now for Indonesia is social distancing policy, namely PSBB, large social distancing policy. Um, we can still carry out this with this policy. We can still carry out our activities to continue our life by implemented implementing health protocol, and this month is the transition phase to the new normal. So I think the right now for this pandemic situation in Indonesia is new normal policy. That's from me.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll hear Hanif's opinion.
I am agree with the new normal regulation by the government of Indonesia because we need to continue our life and we must thinking the economic stability of our country too because this COVID our economy in bad condition so many people don't have any income because some of company cannot running normally the short term solution from this problem is work from home and study from home. But we cannot use this short term solution for too long. If we use that way for too long, I think something like a massive hire from the company will happen in this country because of company will bankrupt and our country cannot do the economic recovery again in this year. And then I think this is the right time for the government to applying the new normal regulation. Why? Because basing the case of the COVID in few last months have been decreased in some region of Indonesia. And before we before this, when we do the lockdown, government cannot guarantee the daily cost of the citizen. So they difficult to to find the food for their daily life. And I'm sure that the COVID will be end if the vaccine was found. So when we still waiting for the vaccine, we must continue our life with the obey the regulation of new normal, like social distancing, using mask, or washing hand with the soap and using hand sanitizer when we go out. I think that is my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Next, Bugia.
Open your mic.
Mic.
Mic is
Okay, thank you, Angelina. Actually, I want to disagree with this new normal because lockdown has worked effectively to reduce the count of the victim of the COVID-19. I think the new normal has many positive and negative issues. First, let's talk about the positive issue. It's good for Indonesian economic condition because finally many of people back to their jobs again. But please not to the SOP of the new normal and keep the distance of crowded. And the negative issues is it will be an obstacle for us to fight this COVID-19 because although our government has already applied the procedure of the new normal, there's must be some of some of the people that break the procedures. And I think lockdown is effective rather than the new normal. But I hope the best for anything. That was my opinion. Thank you.
okay. Thank you. Next, we'll have Juni's opinion.
Okay. In my opinion, the government has been in a hurry to implement a new normal. implementation of new normal not only has the potential to worsen a pandemic, but also slow economy recovery. Even so, I still agree with this new normal implementation, because rather than holding people back at home without getting income, it's the same as killing slowly, but with a quality health protocol, clear and strict regulation from the government, medical team readiness, then awareness and discipline of each individual. Therefore, needed cooperation from everyone. This is my opinion.
No, no sound.
Hello,
Hello, Angeline.
your connection is not stable.
Test.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sound is clear.
Okay. Thank you, Jun, for the opinion. Now we'll hear Hilmi's opinion.
Yeah, thank you for Angeline. Uh, I think my opinion is the point of my opinion is same with Hanif and Juni. I'm agree with the regulation of new normal because it is very positive for economy, but the government must educate public and we as society must obey the public protocol like make mask, wash hands, and something like that. Uh, I'm pro to regulation new normal. Why? Because I think coronavirus never missing during vaccine is found. Based on data, distribution coronavirus in Indonesia since the last few months is reduced because because the program PSBB is successful. But the problem is so many people stop work and the government cannot ensure life sustainability. This is my personal opinion. New normal need to try for no impact. I think this is my opinion.
Okay. Looking at how very our opinions are, I'm sure some of you want to comment on another's opinion.
Yeah.
For me, I want to argue Hilmi's opinion about educating the people.
Yeah.
From the very start, the public had been told all the basic: wash your hands, to stay out of the crowds, apply coughing or sneezing manner, avoid touching face. Yet about 3 months, I see no consciousness in the people. They wear masks, yes, but take it off once they're tired of it. My supervisor told me to print a jaga jarak
Yeah.
sign to put on the first floor where the company's driver usually hang out. They just struck it, the warning off. This afternoon too, I bought a meatball for dinner. The seller didn't wash his hand or anything before grabbing all those meatballs and throw them into the soup. I don't mean every Indonesian is a slob, but some are. The majority are. More if you live in the bad part of the town. What the government told us all this time on the TV are mostly being ignored. Maybe they can fix this by changing how they educate us, like giving a counseling on puskesmas routinely, or giving us tutorials on the basic, like touching elevator buttons with elbow, clean the most touch spots on your house, something like that. Okay, that's it for my comment on Hilmi's opinion. Next,
Yeah.
Rian, do you
Okay.
want to comment on someone?
Yeah, thank you, Angel. I want to argue Mugia opinion and Angel opinion. Uh, for Angel, I know the public health is also important, but how we can survive our life if our economic condition is decline? So we can try this new normal policy. And for Mugia, I think the lockdown regulation is not suitable now for Indonesia. The reason why is because our government it can be handle our people needs. So we choose the second option, namely PSBB. With this policy, we can still carry out our activities and we can continue our life. So that's my opinion. Thank you, Angel.
Okay, thank you. Next, how about Hanif? Do you want to comment on someone?
I want to comment a little with the disagree people. I think healthy of the citizen is important, but you must thinking though about the economic condition of this country. Uh, when the economic condition of this country is a bad condition, it will influence all across of the country. But when the COVID or the healthy of people that infected by COVID, it is only in some area of region because the program before this like PSPP, it it is keeping the COVID stay in that region. So if the people obey the rules of the PSBB, I think this COVID never spreading to all of Indonesia. So you must thinking about the economic too beside of the healthy because the economic will affect all of across of this nation. That is my opinion. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear Mugia. Do you want to comment on someone?
Uh, I've heard an interesting opinion from Hanif at the point he said we can use short-term solution for a long-term condition because exactly we need only for 14 days to lockdown, but the government has been applied for more than 3 months. Yes, I agree with Hanif. And for the Angeline opinion, I agree with her because anyway we have to learn from another country that fails to apply the new normal. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you.
Okay. Next, how about Juni?
Okay, I want to argue Angeline. I disagree with her. In my opinion, the presence of this virus, Indonesians become aware that keeping clean is important. I know everyone has the same worry. Many countries fail to use this method. Increasing cases of COVID-19 after new normal implementation and other worry. So there are only two choices, and this make the government go awry. Implementing new normal to restore the economy, but potentially to worsen the spread of COVID-19, or still implement PSBB, but the economy decreases. So, as I said, the implementation of new normal is the best step, but accompanied by clear and strict rule. Then the awareness and discipline of each individual. I agree with Hanif and Hilmi that COVID-19 will end if a vaccine is found, but doing vaccine development take a long time. According to WHO, it take about 80 months. So, are we going to wait that long? That is,
Thank you. Next, how about Hilmi? Do you want to comment on someone?
I don't have a comment because I think point of me and our audience agree is same. But thanks for Angel comment my opinion. I think it is true because it is the habit of society Indonesia. If you found people like that, you should be remembering them. Yeah. This is my personal opinion. Impact positive of this is pandemic create good habit for the whole society. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all for the first topic. Okay, moving on to the second topic. What place will you visit after the new normal that you miss the most and why? For me, maybe not in the near time because I'm kind of paranoid with the viruses everywhere and all that. But the very first place I'm rushing into is a salon. Why? Simply because I need a new haircut with my hair being overgrown.
Yeah.
I think it's not too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, this is long. I cannot stand it. It's so long. Okay. Next, Rian, your first place to visit.
Okay, for me, I'm not typical one of those who travel frequently. But if asked, what the place you want to visit after this pandemic, the answer might be my friend's home because during this pandemic, I have not been able to meet my friends. So I want to visit my friend's home to silaturahmi. And we have plans after this pandemic is over. We want to go to my friend's new home in Banten by touring using a motorbike. And it sounds very interesting. That's all for me. Thank you, Angel.
Okay, thank you. Next, Hanif, how about you?
Um, the place that I want to visit after this COVID-19 pandemic is my hometown, and I will visiting my parents in there too. Because of this pandemic, I cannot go to travel to the other city. I cannot pay the ticket for the train or for the bus because when we want to pay it, the price is so expensive, and then must prepare like some document before we get the ticket. So I hope everything will be back to the normal again, and I will visiting my other family in other city too. That is my what I want when this COVID is done.
Okay, thank you. Next, how about Mugia?
I think the place I want to visit the most after this normal is Bandung City. Visit my big family.
This is your hometown.
Yes, I am originally from Bandung.
So you can speak
Okay,
Sunda.
Okay.
that's it. Uh, biasa saya etik.
Biasa saja. Okay, next.
Okay, next, Juni.
For me, honestly, I not think of going to a place except for work during new normal. Because as we all know, one of the goal of implementation new normal is to restore the society economy. So as much as possible, use it to the maximum, but accompanied by caution and always keep clean.
Okay, thank you. Next, how about you, me?
Yeah. Uh, of course. I'm first place for my first place. For first place. My first place.
You want to visit?
First
To visit.
place. Yeah. I'm one to visit. I'm one visit my office. I miss the condition of office. Work together with my friend. But I'm so miss my family in Cirebon. I think some. I think if I have a moment, I will go back to my hometown. Yeah.
Okay, then I think that's all. Now, before we close the discussion, do any of you have a message or wish to the world or to each
Yeah.
other? Because this discussion will be uploaded in YouTube, you know, people may
Yeah.
watch. Okay. Mine is I wish for Indonesia and the world in general to get well soon. It hurts to watch the death toll every day. I always think, how if among the 1,800 deaths, there is someone I know, maybe elementary school friends, maybe my neighbor in my previous house. It's a disturbing way of thinking, but I find myself caring more. Okay. How about Rian? What's your message?
Okay. For everyone, keep healthy, stay safe. Don't forget to always your hand, wash your hands, wear a mask when outside, and always pray that this pandemic
Yeah.
should end soon as possible. That's for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hanif, do you have a message?
Same as with Rian, I wish uh, people when going outside using the mask, keep social distancing, washing their hand with soap, with the soap, and then using hand sanitizer. And I hope this pandemic will be and everything back to the normal again. That was my wishes.
Okay, thank you. Next, Mugia.
As I was talked before, we have to learn from another country failure. Because like Cyril book always said, experience is our the best teacher. Uh, I wish whatever the choices of our government is the best for us. Yes, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Next, Juni.
Okay, usually everyone has their own problem, but this time we have the same problem, which is COVID-19. Usually something done together will quickly finish. I hope so.
Okay, thank you. Then Hilmi.
Yeah, I hope vaccine is found. So this finish and Indonesia normal again. It is message for elite global. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay, then let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you very
Don't
much.
forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye.
You.
Thank you.
Sarang hiu.